No one had imagined that the quietly growing Chery company would one day make such a big move that would shake up giants like the Ford Ranger, Toyota Hilux, and BYD Shark. But what has come out now is not just a vehicle. It's a warning, and that too in a diesel plug-in hybrid, a technology almost considered obsolete in today's auto world. Some thought it was a joke, others dismissed it as just a concept. But Chery has done it. It has launched a UDA, a dual cab pickup, that is not only affordable but also powerful, advanced, and above all, ready to disrupt the market. In countries like Australia, where Ford and Toyota have long dominated, this bold Chinese entry has now become a serious threat. This new hybrid machine from Chery is neither traditional nor based on old norms. It is introducing a new way of thinking, a fresh challenge, and possibly a new trend. The question now is no longer whether it will be successful, but rather how Ford, Toyota, and BYD will respond. Why has this launch shaken the entire auto industry? To be honest, no one saw this coming. A company like Chery, known until now for its affordable electric cars, has made a grand entry into a category dominated by legacy players like the Ford Ranger, Toyota Hilux, and now BYD Shark. Typically, when one thinks of Chery, the image of compact, budget-friendly electric or petrol cars comes to mind. But this latest launch has forced the entire automotive industry to sit up and take notice. The entry of Chery's new dual-cab diesel plug-in hybrid UDA is nothing short of an earthquake. No long teaser campaigns, no drawn-out marketing efforts. Just straight into the field, like a storm arriving without warning. Especially in a market like Australia, where Toyota and Ford have ruled for decades, the arrival of a Chinese brand is a major shakeup. Many are wondering why Chery took this step. Is it just a publicity stunt, or is there something bigger in motion? What's already clear is that this vehicle is no ordinary launch. It brings with it cutting-edge technology, a powerful powertrain, and a different way of thinking that makes it stand out from the crowd. So, what is this shocking vehicle? And why is it considered a game-changer at first glance? The reason this new diesel plug-in hybrid UDA from Chery is seen as so groundbreaking is simple. It challenges traditional thinking. At a time when the market is split between full electric vehicles and old-school petrol or diesel models, Chery has taken the middle path with a dual powertrain. This vehicle offers an impressive blend of plug-in hybrid technology with a diesel engine. If you're heading out on a long-distance trip and don't want to worry about charging, the diesel engine has you covered. But if you're taking short drives in the city and want to save fuel, simply switch to EV mode, and the vehicle runs entirely on electricity. That's what sets it apart from other utes. Now, let's talk about performance. Chery has given this vehicle a torque output that competes directly with pickups like the Ford Ranger and Toyota Hilux. Its diesel engine isn't just there for show. It delivers real strength and power. On the other hand, the electric motor is so capable that the vehicle doesn't feel underpowered even in full EV mode. Whether you're navigating city traffic or overtaking on a highway, both power sources work together to deliver a fantastic driving experience. Its EV-only range is also commendable. According to initial reports, this vehicle can run up to 100 kilometers in EV mode on a full charge. This means you can do everyday driving almost fuel-free. And when there's a long trip, simply activate the diesel engine. This flexibility is exactly what today's world demands, especially in areas where charging stations aren't widely available. Talking about fuel economy, Chery claims that this plug-in hybrid UDA gives 30% to 40% more mileage than conventional diesel trucks. This means it will have a lighter impact on both your wallet and the environment. This is why it's being called a game changer, not only providing power, but also offering a smart option. Chery has created a vehicle that excels on all four fronts: strength, performance, technology, and mileage. It is everything a buyer looks for in a modern UDA. Perhaps this is why companies like Ford, Toyota, and BYD are now scratching their heads, wondering why they didn't pursue this direction earlier. Now, let's talk about the heart of this Chery diesel plug-in hybrid UDA, its engine and the power hidden inside. Because the true identity of any pickup truck is its powerhouse. As strong as this vehicle looks, it is equally powerful under the hood. The engine and technology Chery has equipped it with make it stand out from other trucks. It uses a 2.0L turbocharged diesel engine, which alone delivers strong performance. But Chery didn't stop there. They also added an advanced electric motor, making it a plug-in hybrid. This means a vehicle can run purely on diesel power when needed or purely on battery power, like an EV, offering real flexibility that makes it a true game changer. Talking about the battery, it features a lithium-ion battery of about 18.4 kilowatt hours. This battery is not only ideal for city driving, but also works well in EV mode on light off-road or farm environments. Fast charging capability is provided as well. The battery can be charged up to 80% in about 30 to 40 minutes, and with a slow charger, it can be fully charged overnight. Regarding driving modes, the driver gets at least 3 options: pure EV, hybrid, and power mode. In pure EV mode, the vehicle runs solely on battery power, perfect for daily city driving. Hybrid mode combines diesel and battery power, balancing power and efficiency. Power mode is useful when full power is needed, like climbing mountains, hauling heavy loads, or off-roading. Now, about its real power, torque, and traction. The torque output is said to be around 600 Newton meters, which is excellent for a mid-sized truck. This means a vehicle can accelerate quickly from a stop, tow heavy loads, and handle rough terrain without hesitation. CHERY has also invested heavily in the traction system, offering an AWD all-wheel drive option that maintains grip on mud, snow, or uneven roads. Regarding towing capacity, this vehicle can comfortably pull up to 3,000 kilograms, allowing it to tow large trailers, boats, or heavy equipment with ease. This matches the capabilities of competitors like the Ford Ranger and Toyota Hilux, but CHERY offers all this with a hybrid system, making it special. CHERY has built this plug-in hybrid UTA for real work, not just for show. Its engine, battery, power modes, and traction system combine to make a reliable, powerful, and technology-packed vehicle. Whether it's a farm, a mine, city streets, or high mountains, this vehicle is ready to go anywhere. That's why everyone is now asking, has CHERY really changed the pickup game? Why will Ford Ranger, Toyota Hilux, and BYD Shark be affected? Now the question arises at why will this new diesel plug-in hybrid UTA from CHERY cause a setback to big brands like Ford Ranger, Toyota Hilux, and BYD Shark? The answer is simple because the path that these 3 companies have taken so far is either completely dependent on the traditional icy internal combustion engine or going straight towards electric vehicles. But CHERY has chosen the path between these two, which is not only smart, but is much more useful in today's real world. There is no doubt that Ford Ranger is an excellent diesel pickup. Its name has been on people's lips for years, especially in countries like Australia and America. But now, when petrol and diesel prices are rising and governments are promoting electric vehicles, sticking to only diesel engines has become a bit risky. Ford does not have an electric version of the Ranger in the market yet, and the hybrid has not even been mentioned. Now, let's talk about the Toyota Hilux. This, too, has been a trusted pickup for people for decades, but its focus has also been limited to ICE, i.e. diesel-petrol engines. So far, hybrids are definitely discussed in Toyota, but in a heavy vehicle like the Hilux, they have not yet introduced any option that can really give people a new experience. That means there is a gap there, too, and CHERY has made its move by sensing that gap. Talking about BYD, they have jumped straight to electric. The BYD Shark, which was launched recently, is not a full EV, but also does not have the balance like the CHERY. EV technology is all well and good, but in today's times, when EV charging infrastructure is not strong everywhere and full EVs are not reliable for long journeys or off-roading, a vehicle that can strike a balance between both worlds is needed. And this new plug-in hybrid UTA from CHERY does just that. This vehicle can also prove to be a boon for those who go off-roading or work in fields, construction sites, and hilly areas where neither the range of an EV is useful nor charging points are available everywhere. In such a situation, a diesel engine is needed, but when you drive in the city, switch on the EV mode. No smoke, no noise, no cost. This flexibility is not offered by the Ford Ranger, Toyota Hilux, or BYD Shark. CHERY has actually chosen the path that is the most practical, neither completely traditional nor completely futuristic, but a path that is useful today and ready for tomorrow, too. This is what is surprising other brands, because now they not only have to work on EV, but also have to focus on mixed formulas that meet the real needs of the user. Companies like Ford, Toyota, and BYD will now have to rethink their strategy. Just name and brand will no longer work. Now is the time to understand technology flexibility and real-life needs of the user. And CHERY has done this work before. That is why it is being said this is not just a car, but a warning for other companies. Not EV, but like EV. Why PHEV is the right answer for today's time. In today's era when electric vehicles are being discussed everywhere, people think that EV is the future. But is EV really the right answer for everyone? Especially for those who live in remote areas or whose work requires traveling long distances every day. This is where PHEV, plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, comes in, which may not look like an EV, but in reality can prove to be better than it in many ways. First of all, let's talk about range anxiety. This is a problem that most EV users face. That is, when will the battery run out? Where will the charging station be found? And what will happen if the vehicle breaks down on the way? There is no such tension in FAV. When the battery runs out, the diesel engine takes over. This means that you can travel long distances without any worry and do not have to depend on any charging point. The second big thing is fuel savings. When PHEV vehicles run in battery mode, there is no fuel consumption. You can also manage an electric mode only for driving within the city or for short distances on a daily basis. This reduces the consumption of petrol or diesel to a great extent and also has a light impact on the pocket. On the other hand, if there is a long journey or it is not possible to charge the battery, then turn on the engine and drive comfortably. This flexibility is not available in EV. The third and most important thing, EV is not yet completely reliable for tough areas, especially in places like off-roading, climbing mountains, or walking in fields where the electricity system is weak and it is almost impossible to find a charging point. In such a situation, the battery of the EV can run out quickly and there is a risk of getting stuck there. But there is no such fear in PHEV because the diesel engine is present there as a backup. This gives the driver a different kind of confidence that no matter what the situation, the car will support. Apart from this, PHEV is also a good transition option, meaning for those who don't want to go full EV yet, but want to save fuel, this is the best option. With this, they can get the experience of EV while still having the power of conventional engine. No special infrastructure required, no new driving habits, just adding a little new experience to your old style. This new diesel PHEV from CHERY is a great example of this thinking. It is made for those who want a strong combination of reliable power, fuel economy, and technology, that too without any tension. This is why it is being called not EV, but EV-like, because it has the features of an EV, but without all the problems that today's EV users have to face. So when we say that PHEV is the best answer of the time, it is not just an opinion, but a solid reality, which is now slowly being understood by every major brand. The only question is, will other companies follow suit in time, or will CHERY go it alone? Entry into the Australian market. Why did it start the first battle there? Now, the question is, why did CHERY choose a market like Australia for the entry of its powerful diesel plug-in hybrid UDA? Was it a random decision, or is there a well-thought-out strategy behind it? When you look a little deeper, you will understand that CHERY has not made any mistake, but has made this move very thoughtfully, and perhaps this can also become its biggest strength. First of all, Australia is a stronghold of pickup trucks. People here consider UDA, i.e. dual cab trucks, not just a vehicle, but a part of their daily work. Whether it is working in the fields, carrying goods, off-road travel, or long trips with a family, trucks are used a lot. And what are the best-selling names here? Ford Ranger and Toyota Hilux. Both of these dominate so much that any new company thinks 10 times before setting foot there. But CHERY did what others are afraid to think of. Jumped right into a field where the two most powerful players are already entrenched. Now, this is not madness, but strategy. CHERY knows that if it can survive in a tough market like Australia, it can succeed anywhere in the world. It is a testing ground where road conditions vary. The terrain is sometimes sandy, sometimes rocky. Long drives are the norm, and people expect a lot of performance from their vehicles. If shares for View can survive and win trust in such harsh terrain, it will automatically promote it in other markets. Also, Australia is a perfect tester market for PHEV technology. The EV charging infrastructure here is not fully developed yet, especially in rural or off-road areas. Petrol and diesel prices also fluctuate. In such a situation, PHEV, i.e. plug-in hybrid, emerges as the best option, neither fully EV nor fully fuel-dependent. And this is what gives CHERY a strong opportunity here. Another big reason is the attitude of Australian customers. These customers definitely give a chance to new brands, but only when they do not compromise on quality. If CHERY understands the needs here and shows the right balance of pricing, performance, and technology, then this market will accept it with open arms, and then its effect will be seen in areas like New Zealand, Southeast Asia, and Middle East, because all these markets take Australia's reviews and testing very seriously. For CHERY, this entry in Australia is not just launching a car. It is a litmus test, a place where success will mean global acceptance. And perhaps that is why they have chosen the toughest battle first, because a company that wins over Australia's tough users can make a way for itself anywhere in the world. So CHERY's move is not just a launch, but a warning to other companies that the game has changed and a new player has entered the fray with full force. What could be the next move of Ford, Toyota, and BYD? Now that CHERY has launched a direct attack with its diesel plug-in hybrid UTA, the question arises, what are the giants like Ford, Toyota, and BYD going to do now? Will they sit idle, or will they make their next move soon? Because now the competition is not just about selling vehicles, but about technology, user needs, and maintaining market dominance. First of all, let's talk about Ford. Ford Ranger is an iconic name around the world, and in countries like Australia, it has been among the best-selling vehicles for years. But now that range is being challenged, and that too from a place that no one expected. Ford will now have to decide whether they will bring a PHEV plug-in hybrid electric vehicle version of their Ranger. Although Ford has launched full EV vehicles like the F-150 Lightning, they have not yet taken any major electrification steps in the Ranger segment. If Ford doesn't act soon after CHERY's move, users might slowly drift away, especially those looking for lower fuel costs and more flexibility. Now, coming to Toyota, this company is way ahead in hybrid technology, no doubt. From Prius to Corolla and Camry, Toyota has shown the world the power of hybrids. But when it comes to Toyota Hilux, which is a hardcore pickup truck, they haven't launched any PHEV or hybrid version yet. Toyota has the capability to make the best combination of diesel and hybrid, but they haven't done anything so far. Now that CHERY has made its move, Toyota might be forced to change its roadmap, and we might see a hybrid or PHEV version of Hilux soon. Otherwise, Toyota will be called a company stuck on old tech. The story of BYD is a little different. The company is going all electric for the future, and its name in the EV segment has grown the fastest after Tesla. They have launched the BYD Shark in hybrid powertrain, but it is not a diesel PHEV. CHERY's new UTA is directly challenging the BYD Shark, especially in the segment where people are a little afraid of EVs or do not have charging facilities. Now, BYD has two options. Either they make their Shark more powerful and off-road capable, or bring a new PHEV model that is closer to the user's needs. If they ignore this, the Shark shine may fade. Now, all three companies are facing a big question. Will they continue to rely on their ancient brand value, or will they change their strategy to keep up with the times? Because now the market is changing. Customers do not buy a car just on the basis of name or tradition. Now, they also look equally seriously at technology, mileage, flexibility, and resale value. If Ford, Toyota, and BYD have to counter this FEV game at CHERY, then they will have to bring new vehicles to the market quickly and smartly. And not just EVs, but keeping in mind the areas where people want power, reliability, and easy-to-use options. Otherwise, a brand that no one ever expected will slowly take away the customers of these giants. So now all eyes are on these big companies. Who will respond first and who will be left behind? The game has now become suspenseful. CHERY's silent move. What information came out from inside the company? As soon as CHERY's diesel plug-in hybrid UTA entered the market, the entire automobile world was shocked. No one could understand how a brand with such a big technology came without any noise. But as the inside news started coming out, people understood that CHERY's move was planned in advance, and that too in a very secretive manner. According to sources, CHERY's engineering team was instructed to maintain strict confidentiality while working on this project. Reports suggest that the team was also told not to share information related to this vehicle outside, nor put testing reports online. Even some senior engineers had to work under the project code name, so that not everyone within the company could know what was going on. The purpose of this was not to let other companies even get a clue, and this is what happened. CHERY tested this vehicle at different locations, that too in a disguised body that looked like a regular truck. This made people not suspect that there was actually something new hidden in it. This is why when the vehicle was launched, everyone felt as if someone had suddenly revealed their cards, and that too when the rest of the players were thinking about their next move. Now, if we talk about the statement of CHERY CEO, he clearly said, "Our effort was to bring a vehicle that is not just for show, but is useful." His statement was considered special because it was directly challenging companies like Toyota, Ford, and BYD. He said that people now want work, not just name, and CHERY is trying to give the same. Now the question arises, will this vehicle really prove to be a game changer, or will it just remain a viral sensation? If we look at it, the response to the initial test rides has been quite positive. People who have driven this vehicle say that it performs well even in EV mode and in diesel mode. It is like a beast has awakened. People have praised its EVON range, low noise, and smooth transition. Experts' opinions are also slowly coming out. Some auto industry analysts say that CHERY has introduced the right technology at the right time. While other companies were waiting for EV infrastructure, CHERY has introduced a solution for both sides together. But some people also believe that the real test of this vehicle will be when it comes to the market on a large scale, because then user feedback, service support, and long-term performance will determine how sustainable it is. For now, this vehicle remains a topic of discussion on social media. Many auto bloggers, YouTube channels, and user review platforms are talking about it. Some are calling it hybrid revolution, while some are giving it a new name of Tesla for the farms. So will CHERY's move become a trendsetter, or will it just be forgotten after some time? The answer to this will be found in the coming months. But one thing is certain, that it has alerted other companies. And now the competition is not just going to be about power and brand, but innovation and user-friendly thinking. CHERY has made its first move in chess quietly. Now it remains to be seen with which piece Ford, Toyota, and BYD play the next move. If you like this information, and want to be the first to know about such amazing auto updates, new technologies, and secret moves of big companies, then definitely subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like and share the